And this is the problem, too. That's why we wanted to have Ken Paxton on the show. Attorney General Ken Paxton on the show to try and boil this down. Listen, I will tell you this. There are too many Spocks in the conservative movement, as you see right there, not enough Kirks. It's great to have information. That information needs to get to people who can distill it, communicate it, delegate it, and fight with it. And I tell you what, we see a lot of people presenting information. We don't see a lot of people out there, certainly with our elected officials, fighting with that information, fighting the information war, actually going to war for the American people who elected them. We do not see that enough. And you know how do you know how you can confirm that's true? You're shocked when you see it. The fact that everyone is going, Lion Ted, Lion, he went from lying Ted, according to the old me, to Lion Ted, because he's willing to go forward and argue at the Supreme Court. That shouldn't be an event. That should be the rule, not the exception. And we have seen time after time people sit on the sidelines who were not brought into office to sit on the sidelines. And then they bitch about Donald Trump and how he's a bull in a china shop. Well, you know what? Maybe he wouldn't have to be a bull in a china shop if some of you guys just went in there and bought some shit. Took some stuff off the shelves every now and then. We shouldn't need one guy. We shouldn't hope for one. And I don't believe that he's one guy. I don't believe that there's any savior to the political party. But I am at the point right now where if the Republicans who we've elected, conservatives who we've elected, haven't done enough, if they sit on the sidelines and go, well, here's some information that maybe you might want to look into. Hey, how about you look into it? How about you do your due diligence so that I don't have to work 15 hours a day actually confirming it, and then you go forward and fight because you have the legal standing to do so? How about you stop being pussies, because guess what? You don't deserve any of our votes. Well, really? You just think, are you gonna? No, I'm not gonna vote for a Democrat. That's not what I'm saying. Well, what about the future of the Constitution? What about the future of the democracy? Guess what? You're not protecting it. You're not protecting it. If you're not doing enough at this point, Republicans out there are a lot of people, myself included, out there going, hey, you know what? What we've been doing isn't working. They don't seem to be, not only do you not seem to be fighting for us in the way that you have been overwhelmingly requested to, you don't seem like the kind of person who would even understand the language that we're all speaking here at a party. Seems to me like you would be confused if we bring up that Georgia video, or if we bring up the voting rolls, or if we bring up the idea of unconstitutionality and legislating from the bench in Pennsylvania. Seems to me that a lot of these Republican representatives will be, well, I don't know, that's for the courts to decide. I don't know, I've seen a lot of conspiracies. Hey, how about you take it upon yourselves here, since you have resources, for crying out loud, endless resources. You're welcome, tax dollars, here's more, and start getting to the bottom of this, and at least using what we have publicly available to fight, okay? That's why we're here right now, and that's why we'll be here as long as we can, and I will do the show as long as I can until my role in fighting might have to change, because I am getting sick and tired of folks who aren't doing anything. Let not your heart be troubled in that this country has some great safeguards. It really does. And there's never the end of the constitutional republic. People said that with Bill Clinton. People said that with Barack Obama. But we are at a tipping point in this country, and we are at a tipping point where there isn't that cavalry coming over the hill because they don't care. A lot of them, not all of them. I'm not talking about people like Ted Cruz. I'm not talking about people like Ken Paxton. But how many other Republicans can you name who are in the faces nonstop of the people who you know are lying and supporting big tech throttling and censoring conservative voices? How many? How many do you see signing on? You had a New York AG who had to file this suit against Facebook. You guys have had 4 years. What have you done? Now all of a sudden we're going to talk about 230 with the, the defense bill that Donald Trump is talking about? Now all of a sudden, when we're in a lame duck presidency, we're going to do something? You had 4 years, and it's all people talked about. And now you're surprised at what happened with the election? You're surprised that people are saying there's no evidence? You're surprised that now YouTube is saying, hey, we've broken them up, right? So now they'll all hang separately. We've broken them up so they're alone. We've instituted this mental warfare and told them that there's no evidence. We can now just remove them from the face of the dialogue, and it's because you guys did nothing. And you know what? At least I'm going to do what I can to try and start holding you guys accountable. And that means both the left, because we know what our enemy is. But like I talked about this, and when I say enemy, I mean political enemy, ideological enemy. Don't say, I'm not like some Michigan representative who looks like RuPaul calling people soldiers, asking them to harm people who disagree with me. I'm talking about an ideological enemy at this point. But that's not a tough pill to swallow. Like we talked about, you know what? It's not tough for me to understand that some hipster coffee shop in Austin is going to force everyone to wear masks and walk around with ski poles to make sure that they're 6 feet apart. What is a tough pill for me to swallow is a church saying, well, you know what? We don't really need to meet to be the congregation of God. Yeah, you do. You're just using your faith as an excuse for your cowardice. It's an easier pill to swallow for me to say, well, okay, of course we see Elizabeth Warren wanting people banned who disagree with them. Well, okay, of course we see people at dinner parties with Zuckerberg and Wojcicki and these politicians who are influencing our elections and banning opinions. We expect that. It's like a disobedient child. You expect them to be that way. But when you have the adults in the room, when you have Republicans saying, well, we need to just let the system play out. Guess what? The system plays out when you play your role. Fix it. All right, we're going to go right now. Leave a comment. That's the best thing you can do. If you don't want to, I understand. It burns to touch a keyboard, but we do ask that you join up at Mug Club. There's going to be quite a bit more show where we will be taking your chats after this. YouTube, go ahead and try and ban me, why don't you? But right now, piss off.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.